Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner podcast. My name is Coach Scott. I'll be your host today. It is Monday, March 22nd. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We had a pretty good weekend here. A lot going on. It's been, it was my birthday weekend. We talked on Friday. Guys, I had an amazing birthday. I had a great day. And, we went out to dinner, took the girls out. Well, they took me out. I've been eating healthy, I've been eating pretty healthy. So I tried to stay on the straight and narrow. The bacon lollipops probably, I know now you guys are like bacon lollipop. Let me tell you about the bacon lollipops before we get going today. I get easily sidetracked, right? By the way, on a good note, my Keurig basin was full, or basin reservoir, whatever they call it. It wasn't full enough for one cup of coffee this morning. I'm feeling pretty good. Again, that's a good sign to start the week. I'm kind of hoping that Steph goes and gets a cup of coffee at some point today, so she has to refill it and I won't fill it. But she doesn't drink as much coffee as me, so I think it's going to be me refilling the basin, again, reservoir, basin, whatever they call it, cup thingy, in the Keurig. But good start to the day. Anyway, the bacon lollipops. Let's get back to the bacon lollipops. Now, you see the word bacon lollipop on the menu, and you immediately think, yes. I must have the bacon lollipop. And then you read it and you're like, oh, slab bacon, maple glaze. Oh my God, this is going to be an experience. And I'm telling you guys, the disappointment level was high for me on the bacon lollipops. Now, I say slab bacon, and I think slab bacon, I think sort of like that thicker bacon. I know it's kind of like more that meatier bacon. This was like the bacon was so thick that it couldn't be crunchy. There was no crunchiness to it. It was that chewy bacon with that fatty kind of, it just, I don't know. I thought I was thinking bacon lollipop, and I was thinking of a nice crispy piece of bacon, maybe a little bit thicker than normal, but crispy piece of bacon, with that maple glaze. And man, it came and it was like that chewy. It just, you see, it's kind of like when people tell you in advance, oh, you got to go see this movie. It's great. And then you go and see it and it's good. But you set the expectations so high that it can't possibly live up to it. So bacon lollipops, when you write it on the menu, expectations high, follow through, not so good, not mediocre. I'm sorry to say, bacon. I'm sorry. I don't normally speak ill of bacon. And it didn't ruin my Friday night for sure. But, I guess it's proof that you've had a good Friday if the bacon lollipops are the biggest disappointment. But we had a great time out at dinner. When you have a 2-year-old, I think the only thing that categorizes it as a good dinner or a bad dinner is if the 2-year-old doesn't flip out or blow up in the middle of the restaurant. If she keeps quiet and kind of has a good day, then the meal was great, and it was great to be around my girls, and then we came home. And some of you guys had gotten together and arranged a Zoom call for me on my birthday. It was a big surprise. Really, it's funny how we've reacted in this time of COVID. And really, something like this would never have happened 2 years ago when you think about it. No one would have done a Zoom surprise party. So I thank you guys for doing that for me. That was really awesome to take some of your time out on a Friday night and just spend it with me on my birthday. I thought that was really cool. I think, initially I was like, whoa, what? I was like, oh, wow, here's all my friends. And then it was like 2 seconds later, I was like, all right. What do we talk about now? Here we are on the Zoom call with nothing planned. I'm just, I'm so used to doing meetings on Zoom, and I'm so used to having like an agenda and something to follow that I'm like, I just was like, all right, well, what do we talk about now? But we actually did. We got around, we talked to everybody, and thank you guys for those of you who came. Again, it's just really cool. I think that you guys were able to spend some time with me on my birthday on a Friday night, starting the weekend. It was really cool. So thank you. Awesome. That was an awesome birthday. Our big announcement today is not really a big new announcement. I kind of scooped myself last week, so it's nothing new. But we did set dates for the Ordinary Marathon. So really two announcements for the Ordinary Marathon. Number one is the dates are going to be May 7th. It's a Friday, May 7th. We will be doing Midnight Madness Mile on Thursday night at midnight, which is really Friday morning. I kind of always get that, everyone, to me, it's still the nighttime. So therefore it's still Thursday night, even though it's midnight and technically it's the next day. But yes, we will do the Midnight Madness Mile, and then we'll roll it into Friday. The Friday we'll start the festivities May 7th through May 16th. It's a 10-day event. Write it on your calendar. Get on over to ordinarymarathon.com. Get registered. Registration starts at just $10. The other announcement is that yes, we will be doing and again, I scooped myself on this, so this is not new. We will be doing this event to support the Ordinary Marathoner Foundation, our brand new nonprofit, which, I think it just adds another layer of awesomeness to this race. This race has always been great. It's sort of like this. I feel like it's like the diamond in the rough. Like no one knows that this happens, but our little group, and we can, But I think once we kind of break out, this race is going to get huge because I've never seen a race that lasts so long, that keeps everyone engaged, that gives away so much, and then has the video at the end. Usually these virtual races are just kind of like they're just like a wink and a nod to a real race, and that's not us. Our virtual race is our virtual race, and we have fun with it. So, and this year we're going to have even more announcements coming next week that are really, I think, going to be important announcements and are going to make you want to register. So I'm telling you, get on over there. Registration starts at $10. I actually had one person reach out to me and say, hey, they wanted to add a shirt to their registration. They registered without a shirt, and now they wanted a shirt. So if you want to do that, you just call me, let me know, or reach out to me and let me know. And we can all change orders and stuff like that. And if you're not sure that you're in, some people are like, oh, I registered, I think, but I don't remember. Just let me know on that too, and we can let you know and get you registered. Make sure that you are registered. I've already had to do one refund. You know who you are. I know. And you just wanted to register twice, man. You just wanted to register twice. I get you. But yeah, it's, so yeah, we will be doing it for the Ordinary Marathoner Foundation. I think the reason why that adds sort of a nice layer to the race is that, look, if you listen to the podcast, if you're in our discussion group, if you're kind of hanging around in the community, now you're going to see this foundation in action. So you're going to know where your money goes, know what it supports. And I'll tell you right now what we're doing is, and I know we've talked about this before, but we're going to talk about it again because I think it's that important. We are engaging in programs that are going to bring running and endurance sports to communities that need it, that are underserved, let's say, for the running community. And here's what I'm talking about. Right now we have programs under in the sort of the idea phase. We have like three phases, right? It's idea. So here's an idea of a program, something that we can do that will help people. It goes to development program. So, all right, let's take these ideas and then see what can we do to implement them. And then it goes into the implementation period where here we go. Here's our program. Let's start working. And we have Scott Frassard is working on a program for athletes with autism. We're going to get them coaches so that they can get training plans in place to accomplish things that they probably never thought they could accomplish before. Steph and I are working for kids running camps locally, running clinics. We were working with our local running store with that. We have someone working on a program for hearing impaired athletes. We have people working on programs for military veterans, senior citizens, and also mental health awareness. And I think all those programs are amazing, and they're all sort of at various stages of this sort of idea through development, through implementation stage. I know Scott Frassard's program is we're getting really close to being rolled out. We are hopefully going to roll that out during Autism Awareness Month next month, April. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do, but I'm confident that we're going to get that out there for you guys to see again. So it's the race. I think it went to the next level. It just went to the next level. And so we're looking for to get more people involved. We're looking and you guys can now attach yourself to those causes and say, hey man, look I just spent $10 and I'm going to get this great experience and I'm supporting this type of work, which hopefully, you can attach yourself to one of those causes and say, hey, this is really meaningful to me. And it makes the race that much more important. I think I don't know. We've been working really hard on it. We really have. So head on over to ordinarymarathon.com and get yourself registered if you're not registered already. And also if, we are also looking for sponsors for the race. We have different sponsorship levels, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a running related company. It could be anybody. It could be an ice cream shop, an accountant, a lawyer, whatever it could be. We could use the support. So If you know anyone who might be interested in supporting a race, a really great cause, and help us get the word out, let us know, and we'll definitely look into that and hopefully get some people involved. I'm super proud of this race. I really am, year in and year out, and I'm super proud of the people that take part of it and at different levels. We have people that try to run as many miles as they possibly can. 150, 160 miles we've seen in this race. We have people that try to run a marathon distance over the course of 10 days, which is an awesome endeavor, especially for people who've never run a marathon or don't think they ever will. They're like, this is kind of like a different kind of marathon, and you do it, and it's amazing to see, and you take pride in it, and you deserve it. You deserve recognition for something like that. We have people that are just starting running and be like, hey, I just want to get involved. We have people that walk. We have people that don't do anything. They're just like, we want to support the cause. We want to get involved and maybe sneak a picture into the slideshow. And that's fine too. Underlying, we're supporting the community, supporting the charity, and we're just trying to have fun. Just trying to have fun in our sport of running. So thank you guys for registering or going to register at ordinarymarathon.com. How did you guys train this weekend? For us, I think, for me, A+. I'm giving myself an A+. I checked the boxes. I got it in, and coming off, last week was, we were traveling, so I had a little bit of a hiccup, but it was kind of like I knew it was going to be a hiccup thing. So, I was happy that I got done what I got done, but I really did want to make up for it this week, and I think I did so. We talked on Friday. Friday night, I did run. I ran the next workout in our workout plan that I've been doing with Ron Booz. It's the Zwift Academy Try 2020 program, the run portion program. And I got to tell you, I really like these structured runs. It does give you some variety on the treadmill as opposed to just setting it and running, right? It gives you some sprint sessions, some harder sessions, some longer runs, some short bursts, things of that nature, which a lot of times when you run outside, you don't do either. You just kind of go out and you run. Oh, I'm going to run 4 miles today. I'm going to run 3 miles today. So you don't really get that variance unless you're really kind of focused on it and training right. If you have a coach, maybe you're doing it. But a lot of times people just, you get the Higdon plan and it's just like, all right, run this number of miles today. And you just go and do that without ever adding any kind of speed or strength variant. And it's not, you're kind of just missing out, I think, on a way to optimize your fitness there, your speed, your ultimate goals. So being able to do those programs on the treadmill, although last week I did run outside and I had, I didn't have a good, maybe that was 2 weeks ago now. I didn't have a good run outside. And I do want to get outside. Now, this weekend was a little bit tough with that, and I understand. I know some people give me crap for not getting outside. My schedule is what it is. My commitments are what they are. And if it sees me on the treadmill some days, that is what it is what it is. So Friday I was on the treadmill. I did about 3.5 miles, I think. I had everything out here, and then my phone went off. But let's check it out real quick. 3.6 miles on Friday and ran in about 40 minutes. But again, that was as part of a training plan. Saturday, I told you guys I was going to run 10 miles, and I did. And, I started at about 1:00 in the afternoon. I part of my training that is a little bit hit and miss is planning my big workouts. So my long runs, my long rides, sometimes I'm just squeezing them in when I can. And so Saturday was squeezing it in at nap time for Ellie. So nap time came, and we put her into the crib, and I jumped on the treadmill, really almost 2 hours, 1 hour and 48 minutes. I averaged, so that's a 10:51 pace for 10 miles. Now, I think the last time I ran 10 miles, like 10:45 was my pace. So I'm right in the same ballpark. I'm not really sweating that, I got slower. No, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. You get on the treadmill, you just kind of run with it, and you just try to go cover the distance. So the distance was covered. I felt pretty good about it. There wasn't much thought of quitting, which I think for me, that's always something I need to kind of overcome. It's always there. It's sort of like, I think I've kind of been able, we talked about this a few weeks ago, talk to the voice, right? The voice is like telling you, hey, you're at mile 3, you have 7 more to go, and you're kind of feeling tired already, and wouldn't it be great if you could go do something else, and wouldn't it be great if you could just get off the treadmill right now and go shower and get something to eat, or go do something with your family, or go, whatever it may be, do something else. Just don't do this because this sucks. Those voices, you kind of have to, I literally start talking to them. And ever since I started doing that, it's been sort of easier to suppress them for a little longer. And then you reach the point, and we talked about this too, you kind of reach the point where it's like, all right, well, I only have, a 5K to go, right? And that's kind of where my only has been lately. I get beyond that midpoint, so I passed the 5 mile mark, and I felt good about that. And then I'm like, all right, I only have 5 miles to go, but that's not really, it's still not comforting for me to say I only have 5 miles to go. But somewhere between 4 and 3 miles, and kind of closer to maybe, having 3.5 miles to go, I start saying to myself, oh, I'm almost at that 5K point. And once I'm at that 5K point, it's only a little bit more, it's only, you start to feel a little bit more confident about it. And once I get to that point where it's only a little bit more, then it's kind of like the voice goes away and I just get it done and I finish it. So that did definitely happen to me on the weekend, that kind of thing where I just reached the point where it felt good and I was confident and I didn't have to deal with those voices telling me to quit from sort of like mile, I would say 6.5 to 10. Now, rewind about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago when I did 11 miles and that voice was there almost constantly. And even towards the end, it was a bit of a struggle. It was a bit of a struggle at the end to overcome that voice telling me to stop, but I did it. And now looking ahead towards next week, we do have some things going on, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to fit everything in. I do want to check the weather. I want to make sure I get outside, especially on the bike over the next weekend. So if the weather permits, I will be outside next weekend for the bike. If it's a better day Saturday, I'll do the bike Saturday. If it's a better day Sunday, I'll do the bike Sunday. And then we'll move the run around to the other day, obviously. So then Sunday, we got to the bike ride. And so Sunday's ride was supposed to be, I really kind of wanted to get outside on Sunday. Things happened during the day. But again, I didn't necessarily have a solid plan. And while during the day, it's been very comfortable to get out. It's like 60 degrees the last few days. It's the time window hasn't been good for me. Like if I really wanted to get outside, I got to go at like 6 a.m. Unfortunately, look, 6 a.m. it's still 30 degrees outside. You can run in 30, but I'm not going to cycle in 30. I'm just not. So as the day progresses and I miss that window, and the window, now it's starting to get warmer. And look, it's a half an hour for me to drive to the trail, half an hour to drive back. It is, however long the ride will be. Usually if I go all the way tip to tip, it's like a 4-hour ride. So I don't know. I don't think I would go necessarily that long on my first ride, but it's still like a good, I'm out of the house for a bunch of hours, not fair to the wife all the time with the baby. So I'm just, I'm trying to work it in. The plan hasn't been strong. It hasn't been great. I admit that, but I'm comfortable training indoors. And I know that between now and my race, which is in June, I do have a number of opportunities to get outside and just, and again, for me to get outside, I just need to be comfortable, being outside and riding. I need a little bit, 3 or 4 rides outside just to feel good handling, feel good balanced and that kind of thing. Indoor riding is not the same as outdoor riding. I will be the first one to admit that, and especially when you go on hills. Now, Zwift does a pretty good job trying to mimic hills, but it's not the same. Not the same. When Zwift has you going up a hill at 2 miles an hour, you're still level on the bike and you're still, you're well balanced and fine. Go 2 miles an hour up a hill outdoors and you're concerned. You're locked in, right? Your feet are locked in and you're pushing the pedals as hard as you can. And, if you don't have that power that you're expecting to have, or if you get tired, if you get lethargic and you want to quit, if you have a second of, I want to quit, there is no coast. Right? If you're indoors, you can coast. There is no coasting outdoors on a steep hill. There's falling over. There's falling over, but there is no coast. And so you do have to get outside and practice. I totally admit that. But, for me, this weekend it wasn't working. So I did ride indoors about 90 minutes. I rode with Aaron Shepard. Aaron lives down in Tulsa and down in Tulsa, they had like 30 mile an hour wind gusts. And she was like, I like riding outdoors. We were supposed to ride outdoors. Her friends canceled on her. And I'm like, let's just do it indoors. So we did it indoors. Always nice to ride with clients. We were on Zwift. There was a glitch on Zwift, and some of you guys you've seen me run into this glitch on some rides during the week. I tweeted about this, and Zwift answered. They have a glitch in meetups where no matter how no matter how hard you pedal, and no matter how steep or steep incline or decline you're facing, you go 29 miles an hour. And that was me and Aaron all day long yesterday. And the thing is, we did pick a trail that we liked, and I kind of thought it was going to be a 2 to 2.5 hour ride. It wound up being an hour and a half. We finished the course, and we were just kind of content, and we were good. We got off after that. So I rode it's actually an hour and 22 minutes, covered 39 miles. Which, that's just a joke there. There's no way I'd cover 39 miles in a little over an hour. Burned 727 calories. But again, and when I say calories, I'm not trying to compare it to my diet per se. Counting calories is fine. Counting calories is a really good way if you're really looking to lose weight. It's a really good productive tool. I'm trying not to use that. I don't want to be Mr. Calculator on that. On that segment. What I look at that calories because the number is sitting here staring at me in the face. It's right here, and it's a good sort of gauge on how hard you worked, on how hard the workout was, how many calories you burned. I burned 727 calories. So says the computer. On my run on Saturday, I burned 1,532. So it makes you feel good. It makes you know that you did the work, that you weren't coasting, that you're putting some effort in. I do have to lose some weight. So it's just, it is a verification that you're working hard and hopefully that's, everything is working out at the end. That being said, I think we're pretty much good for the day. I think looking ahead to the week, today, I may run tonight. I may not. I may take a rest or recovery day today. It's fine to take one today as long as I put in the work the rest of the week. Tomorrow morning we'll have our 5 a.m. ride, 6 a.m. ride as well. And then Wednesday we'll be back here with the podcast and I got to run on Wednesday. I think the next or possibly the next to either the next to last or the last run of that Zwift Tri Academy program. And actually we're almost done with our, the La Tap de Tour program that we've been doing now for like 3 or 4 months. There are 2 workouts left and they are doozies. So the live streams on Tuesday and Thursday morning will be interesting. I guarantee that. They're going to be tough. Going to be tough work. I think actually we may have 3 workouts to go. And I think the third one might be a little bit easier if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, the next 2 are, they are tough. And by the way, next week, so if you guys are listening, if you guys took part in our Ordinary Marathoner Zwift race, which was about a month ago. I think it was the first week of March, actually. So maybe not a month ago, but 3 or 4 weeks ago. We are going to be repeating that race next Wednesday. So not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, we will be repeating that race. So if you want to see, if you've been training hard, working hard, and you want to see if it, if it works out in the end, if #training works, come with us next Wednesday, and we will redo that race. Now, if you didn't race with us last time and you want to do it, if you want to just start, this is going to be a process. So every 4 or 5 weeks, we're going to do this course. We're going to redo this race and we're going to see who improves the most. And we're going to kind of just give you a nice little standing ovation, and congratulate you for hard work. It's good to see people improving. It's good to see people working. And we hope that everyone that did the race on, I think it was March 2nd. I hope if you did the race on March 2nd, it might, I don't know, it was around, I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe it could have been late February. But if you did the race back then, we hope that you come back and you do it again. If you didn't do the race, but you're kind of interested, come join us. Let me know. I'll send you an invite. We will write down all the results and then we will compare them every time we do it. We'll compare it. And we're not here to sort of, if you do worse, we're not here to kind of poke fun or compare or draw comparison. We're not looking to get on anyone's case. We're just looking to encourage, and we're looking to see who's working hard and who's getting results, who's seeing results. And that's all we got for you guys today. Again, if you want to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/ordinarymarathoner. Become a patron and you get your name on the scroll. We will read your name out on the podcast number 1, and we also put it on the scroll at the end of the podcast. Just go and check which, each levels, they offer different things. So go check that out. Get your name on that scroll that will appear in about 3 seconds after I tell you every day is an ordinary day unless you make it extraordinary. So get after it, guys.